beautiful day. Those colours. Anyone here? Anyone joining me? The awkward silence before people join. Yay! Ruth, morning. Well done, Ruth. You've been joining. Morning, Susie. Hope you're feeling all right today, love. Good morning, morning. Judith is on. Hello. Claire. Hey, Claire. Haven't seen you for a few days. Judith Maria, yeah. Do you know, it's so strange, like, the people I don't know watching, so it's like, all you guys love it, you come on, you say good morning, you tell me where you are, pop me a little message, put things in the comments. But I've also got, like, found out from so many other people that they've been following along with the yoga, and I don't know them, didn't know they were doing it. The people that don't like or comment or share anything, and they're doing it anyway, so that's just really, really good that so many people are getting some value out of this. Good morning, Jane. Good morning, Barbara. Jane's favourite class, Twisty Tuesday. Actually, it's my favourite as well. Morning, Brenda. So, yeah, I'm really happy that this has been one of the favourites for most of you, because I love this Twisty class. Just really feels nice in the side body and the waist, nice and stretchy. So after our core work yesterday, nice and stretchy class. So it's all getting a bit noisier out here. Good morning, Anita. It's all getting a bit noisier out here now when people are starting to move about a little bit more. You've got oh, here's a truck. You've got the guys working, sorting out their olive groves and the plots around us, so we've got strimmers going on and all things like that. Good morning, Valerie. So I hope the noise of what's going on around me here doesn't distract from you being able to hear me well enough and things. So if it does get like that, please do let me know, and we'll take the yoga back inside where it's a little bit quieter. Good morning, Frida. It's just nice to be outside, isn't it? And for you to see a nice view and things like that. So, all is good. What time are we? 2 minutes past 10. Feels good. So, I've got a little block with me and a little blanket. Just because this floor is so uneven, I've mentioned it before. So, just to help give me some support on some of the postures today, we're going to be doing on the floor. The highest we're going to be coming, otherwise we're going to be on the floor. Good morning, Heather. Everyone checking in. How's reception today, guys? Is it okay? Anyone? Oh, I've been sitting on my heels. Oh, toes are cramped. Happens to all of us. Reception all right. Everyone seems to have dropped off. Where's all the faces gone? Okay. Oh, nice. All right, should we get started? Not as many on today. Only 9 watching today. That's low, isn't it? Where's everybody gone? All gone back out for their walks, more freedom. They're all doing things. I know Claire's got chores to do today. Everything's all right. Great. Okay, cool. Thank you. So we are going to start seated. Any comfortable seated position. I'm just going to take my little blanket to pop under my bum. Let's give a little lift. So my yoga mat here is kind of slightly on an angle, so I'm not kind of facing you direct. So just in case you're wondering why I'm like off centre. So let me check this phone is off. Yes, it is. Don't want to be disturbed by a phone call, do we? Okay. So nice way to start this, nice way to start our morning. Sit nice and comfortably. Most important thing is the spine is straight and long, so we don't want to be hunched up like this. Lift up from the pelvic floor all the way up, so if you're drawing up from the top of the head. Shoulders give them a big roll up, back and down, let the shoulders drop down. One hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. So let the eyes close, let the mouth close, and take a few minutes just to connect with your breath today. The breath plays such an important part of our practice and such an important part of our health as well. We get into so many bad habits with our breath. Did you know that healthy breathing, when we learn to use our breath properly, actually helps control our weight? So just take a moment to notice how your breath is feeling today. No particular exercises here, just notice how your breath's feeling. How long is your inhale? How long is your exhale? Notice those little pauses at the top of the inhale and the little pause at the bottom of that exhale. Just feel how the body responds to the breath. So noticing the movement in the belly, the rib cage, the chest. To notice when you breathe in how your chest lifts, the belly and rib cage expand. And when you exhale, how the chest falls and the belly and ribs close and soften. I have actually put on my Yogalistic page a little video of natural breath, this type of breathing, about 10 minutes long. It is really good for anxiety, to de-stress, very calming breath. I have a few blinks to open the eyes, release the hands. Taking the hands onto the knees. So if your knees are in front, you can be here, or you can do the same movements with your legs in front, knees are bent. If your knees don't like to be in this cross-legged position. Otherwise, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to inhale, lift up, shoulders back, lift the heart to the sky, lift that chin a little bit. Exhale, round the spine, pull the belly towards the spine, tuck the chin to the chest. Inhaling, lift the heart, shoulders back. Exhaling, round the spine, chin to chest. So really get this good movement in the spine. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, shoulders back, heart is high, neck is long. Exhale, around the spine, shoulders come forward, chin to chest. Inhaling. My waist already, we haven't even started to stretch through the waist. Exhale and round. And coming up to neutral. Interlock the fingers, bring them to the heart, take a deep breath in here. Exhale, push those palms away, round the spine, chin is down. Inhaling, palms to sky, stretch up. Exhaling, fold to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Both sit bones stay on the floor, don't be rocking over. Inhale, straight. Exhale here. Inhale, push up. Right, as you turn from your waist, the right knee, right hand behind. Lengthen that. Exhaling, twist a little bit deeper. We're going to be. So we're moving from the waist, your hips are staying. So kind of thinking from your belly button up, shoulders, chin, neck. And on your next inhale, lift those hands up, come back to center, and hands to the heart. So whichever way you've interlocked your fingers, notice which little finger is on the bottom, and just change that interlock so the other little finger is on the bottom. I'll give you a moment to do that because it's a bit, it's going to feel a bit weird because you always go the same way when you interlock your hands. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, push those palms forward, round the spine. Inhale, push them to the sky. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Remember, keep those sit bones down. Exhale, right. Inhale, center, lift high. Twist to your left, right hand onto the left knee, left hand behind, long tall spine, few breaths here, moving waist, ribs, chest, shoulders. And on your next inhale, come back center, lift those arms high, interlock the fingers, bring them back to the heart. Oh, that's just so nice, isn't it? Should we finish there? Should we just do Shavasana? Okay, let's come on to the hands and knees. Do a little cat-cow. So still that same movement with the spine. So knees are under hips, wrists under shoulders. And inhale, shoulders back, bum is high, neck is long. Exhale, round that spine. Pull your belly up, tuck the tailbone. Inhaling, shoulders towards hips, exhaling round the spine. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling. Do you feel this in the back, the muscles along the spine, the shoulders? Exhale, inhale. Exhale. Okay, neutral spine. Bring those knees a little bit closer together so you can get some nice balance. And we're going to start to extend the legs. So right leg on the inhale. Lengthen it out to the back. Heart is high. Exhale, knee to nose. Rounding up the spine. So it's the same action in the back. Inhaling. Though we need a little bit of core strength here to keep our balance. Exhaling, knee to nose. Inhaling, lengthen and lift. Exhale, knee to nose. And inhale out, hold it here. We're going to cross that leg over to the left. So cross high in your thighs. Those right toes tuck down onto the floor. Push through the heel. And then we're looking over that left shoulder towards that right foot. So you feel this stretch along the right side of the body, the waist, right side of the rib cage. Keep weight even in both hands. Few breaths here. In and out through the nose. Bring it back to center. And take this right leg out to the side. So your right heel is about level with your right hip. And we're going to start to lower the bum down towards that left heel. So it doesn't matter if it doesn't come all the way down. Just be careful of this left. Come very low, so don't force or push through any resistance in that knee. We're going to stretch those arms out in front so we get the long spine. I want you to imagine during this class that the whole time your spine is being pulled, crown of your head, tailbone, opposite directions. Really feel some length in the back. Might feel a little stretch on the inside of the thigh. You might feel it on the outside of the ankle. So your right toes are facing forward. They're facing the same direction you're looking. Same direction as your fingers. And then pulling that belly, come back up onto the hands. Bring the hands back under the shoulders. Bring that knee back in under the hip. And inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Left leg, inhale, extend that left leg out to the back. Exhale, knee to nose, scoop it up, round up the back. Inhale, lengthen out. So this, very simple, but does require a little bit of balance, so a little bit of core action going on, and especially getting this knee to the nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to the nose. You're using your belly muscles to lift that leg. Inhale, lengthen. Let's hold it here. Crossing it over to the left. So we've crossed high in the thigh. We crossed it to the right, haven't we? Your left leg has crossed to the right side of the body. Left toes tucked under. Push through that heel and looking over at that left foot. So you've got that nice stretch down the left side of the body. Few breaths. So you might feel a stretch anywhere from the outside of that left hip, the waist, the ribs. And then bring that and over to the left. So your ankle, that level with toes are facing forward, foot flat on the floor if you can get it there. And then bringing the bum towards that right heel. Remember, don't force through this knee. Walk those arms forward. Really feel a length in the spine. Few breaths. And just notice which side feels, how it feels different side to side. So on my right side, I hardly felt anything in the inside of that right thigh. But yeah, on this left side, I can really feel it down the inside, particularly on the inside of the knee here. Come back onto the hands and knees. Walk those hands under slightly, bring those knees in. Knees are under hips, wrists under shoulders. One more time, inhale with the shoulders back, bum high. Exhaling, round the spine. Inhaling, tuck the toes and come to sit back on those heels. So your toes are tucked under, we're sat on the heels. This is going to stretch under the sole of the feet. Might feel a bit weird on your toes. So we are going to lift our arms to the sky and then palms to the sky. So no on fingertips. We're trying to push the heels of the hands up into the sky. So if you're trying to support the sky, notice what happens. I'm going to move a bit forward so you can see this arch in the back. I like to do this. Oh, feels good in my back. We don't want this. We don't want this. We need to engage in the front. Draw those lower ribs down towards the belly. Imagine you're pushing your back into a wall. And then shoulders down away from the ears. So you don't want to lose your neck. You don't want shoulders up here. Draw them down. See light and space. Push the heels of the hands away. Active through the front of the body. Pelvic floor is lifting. The lower ribs are down. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Okay, this is how your downward dog should feel. All of these things happening in the upper body. So let's place those hands on the floor. Fingers slightly spread. Step those feet back into plank. Bend those knees. Bring the chest towards the thighs. Lengthen the spine. So before we go any further, do that same action. So right now you might see my back is really concaved. So I'm going to draw my ribs in towards the spine. See how that lengthens the spine? I'm going to lengthen my neck, drawing my shoulders down towards my hips. And then when that's done, I'm going to lift my hips high and try and drop my heels towards the floor. Few breaths here. And bring those knees down to the floor. Stretch back into child pose. Take some weight off the wrists. We're going to come back into our Downward dog. Now going to do our twisty dog. So back onto the hands and knees, tuck the toes, lift the hips, lengthen the spine, shoulders back. Take one little step forward towards the hands. Might be able to get the heels on the floor now. Doesn't matter, it's not important, just see what happens. And then your left hand, you're going to reach towards that outside of that right leg and slide that hand down as low as it will come. You might be able to reach all the way around the back of that right heel. You're looking under the right armpit. Hello. Peeking under that armpit. So you've got a little twisty dog. Keep the weight even on both feet. Okay, this is where you're going to get your spinal twist. So we're not moving the hips. You're twisting from the waist. And we're breathing in and out through the nose. Release that left hand. I'm going to do the same on the right side. Reach towards your outside of your left leg. And slide down that left leg. Maybe you can get as low as the ankle or the heel. Maybe you're going to be by the knee. Looking under that left armpit. Don't release control of your posture just to get hold of your leg. Think long spine. Get that stretch. And bring the hands to the floor. Bring those knees down to the floor. Bum to heel, stretch it out, long spine. Okay. We've got our three-legged dog, so our dog peeing up against the lamppost pose. Really nice for the hips, gives us a nice twist. So back onto the hands and knees. Tuck the toes, lift the bum, downward dog. Okay. So right leg is going to lift high. So your foot comes towards your bum. Open that right knee out to the side. So this is dog cocking his leg. And then this right, reach it to the left. So if you've got a wall to your left, imagine you're trying to reach that wall with your foot. Try and keep weight even in both hands. And the toes on your left foot stay pointing forward. We don't want to twist around that foot. Let this right leg be heavy. Open up through that hip. Breathing in and out through the nose. Nice and slow and controlled. Deep breaths. Bring that right leg back to center. Going to hug that thigh up towards the rib cage. Squeeze it in. And step that foot to the top of your mat between the hands. Left knee down to the floor. Oh, how did we get here? So it should feel a nice opening in the left side of the front of the hip. So in the groin, the hip flexor, the quads. If you can't feel this stretch here, it might be that your right knee is under your hip here. So you're going to do a little shuffle back, 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 back till you get that nice stretch in that side. Let those hips be heavy. They drop down. Again, spine is long, so we're not hunching over. Don't get lazy and use your thigh to rest on. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. You're going to take left hand to the floor, or if you can't reach the floor, you can always reach your block. And take that right hand up to the sky and reach for the sky. Again, we haven't moved from the hips. Move from your waist, ribs and chest. Left hand push into the floor, right fingers to the sky. Open up through those shoulders. Feels really good. And bring that right hand down to the floor. I'm going to lift these hips up and back, up and back, up and back, up and back. And lift those right toes. So your right leg is straightening out. Press into your left knee. It's going to lift that right hip a little bit higher. Feel that stretch down the hamstring. I normally do this on our Twisty Tuesday, but feels good, doesn't it? Take that foot back down to the floor, hands to the floor, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step back into your downward dog. Okay, we've got three-legged dog on this side, left leg lifting up, bend the knee, open up that knee to the side, reach to the right with that foot. Few breaths. And bringing that leg back center. Hug the thigh up to the chest, squeeze it up, and step that left foot to the top of your mat between the hands. Right knee lowers down to the floor. Let those hips drop low, lengthen the spine, lift up through the crown of the head. Feeling this stretch on this right side, right hip flexor, quads. Down to the floor, left hand reaches up and stretch to the sky. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Left hand to the floor, and I'm going to travel those hips back. Let them come back towards that back heel. Lift those left toes, chest to thigh, chin to shin. Push down into this right knee, lift that left hip a little bit higher. So we're not trying to sit back on your heel, you're trying to lift your hips to the sky. And bring that foot back down to the floor, hands to the floor, step back and bring both knees to the floor and come to sit up on your knees. So I'm going to turn to face you. Remember, if you need some padding for the knees, please do take it. I'm all crunched up today. So we've got our Padagastana, the gate pose. So I will actually translate more as that the big handle, you know, in a big field gate, and they have that big bar that comes across the gate to close it. This is what this posture is about. So our knees are underneath the hips. We're going to take that right leg out to the side. Okay. Now I always point my toes to face forward, so in the direction that I'm looking. Your toes might come out to the side a bit. Okay. Doesn't really matter at this point. Whatever feels comfortable for you. What we don't want is these hips to come out of line. So this left hip, left knee, hips are level, don't want one hip. Pelvic floor lifting, belly in, use your abdominals, right hand on that leg, left hand reach to the sky. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. You don't want to squash this rib into your waist. That's going to be painful. So make sure you lift that rib cage up. And as you exhale, over to the right. Okay, we're coming on a straight line here. So you're not pushing your bum out. Chest isn't coming forward. Okay, remember, if your back was against a wall, the back of your hips, your shoulder blades are still against the wall. Please don't press on the outside of this knee joint. It's not going to like being pressed down like that. So nice and gentle around the knee. Maybe you can reach down to the shin. Maybe you can reach your ankle. Maybe you can reach your toes. If you can reach your ankle, I want a photograph. If this left hand can come all the way over and reach your leg, I definitely want a photograph. Okay, lengthen through those fingers and feel that opening up the side of the body. Breathe here. Hey, don't relax the pelvic floor active, belly in. Neck is neutral, so we're neither looking down or up, just whatever feels comfortable for the neck. Everything zipping up as we come back up to center. Release that hand. Take this right knee in. Oh, it's good, isn't it? Okay, and left leg comes out to the side. So left hip above that left knee. Just check these hips aren't all out of place, so nice and straight with the hips. Pelvic floor up, belly in. So when we talk about the belly, not only is it below the belly button, we also want to think about these upper abdominals as well, the ones above the belly button. Right hand lifts up, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale to the left. Notice the difference on this side. You might feel more open, you might be able to come a little bit further, you might feel a little bit more closed, body might not move as well this side. Just notice. Don't judge. Just observe. Reach through those fingers. Little by little. Use your exhale to come deeper into the... Use your inhale to reach and lengthen. Few breaths. I feel like I'm swaying a bit backwards and forwards here because this floor is so uneven. Next inhale, bring it up. Remember, zip up. You always need to use your front core to protect your back. Bring this left knee in and sit back down onto your bum. Legs straight out in front. Janushasana, so it's knee to head pose, but actually I think it should be head to toes pose. Take my blanket because I'm tilting to the left here on the floor. Hopefully your floor's nice and level. You're going to bring that right leg in, right foot to the left leg. So maybe thigh. You've got to come here, so you might want to keep that foot to the floor, up the hip here, knee, foot out to the side a little bit. Otherwise we're here. From your waist, we lift and then we turn the rib cage and chest to face forward. Left hand is going to come down behind you. So I'm going to press into these left fingers to really lift and lengthen. My bum's almost coming off the floor. Reach up with that right hand. Folding from your hip joint. So keep pushing. Imagine you want to try and bring your belly to your thigh first. Okay? But don't let your belly collapse. Still keep it engaged. Belly, rib cage. And take hold to the outside of that leg. Maybe the shin, the ankle. You may be able to take hold of the foot. Then that left hand can come up and over to the inside. This is going to level up the shoulders so we're not all twisted. You might have lost your neck. It might look like this. So lift up a bit, shoulder blades down, then bend your elbows. So gaze, your drishti is towards your toes. Bending those elbows. Use your breath. Remember, draw in your belly, so when your muscles work in opposites, so our abdominal muscles opposite to our back muscles. So when our abdominals, our belly muscles contract, it means our back muscles can lengthen. So just think about that. Belly muscles contracting, back muscles lengthening, nose to toes. Few breaths. Next inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, lift those arms all the way up, arms to the side. Okay, from here, I'm going to give you two options. We're not going to do the other side just yet, we're going to stay this side. So your left leg stays exactly where it is, going straight down that mat. Your right knee, you want to open it as wide as possible. So I take a little shuffle on my bum. I lift up, shuffle round, lift up, shuffle round. Okay, might be here. This is where we're going to be. Now again, knees, we've been doing it slightly different the last few weeks. We've been keeping that foot to the floor here. So you've got a choice, you can do this. Left hand takes hold of that right foot. That's right, isn't it? Right hand lifts up and we bend to the left. We can do this here. Or this foot is to the inside. The groin, knee is open, spine is long, little twist to the right, left hand on that right thigh, right hand up to the sky, and we start to lower to the left. A few breaths. So whichever posture you've got, whether this right knee is up and you've got hold of that right ankle, or you're in this one that I'm doing, we're still doing the same. We're lengthening waist, ribs, and we're trying to reach towards that left foot with the right hand. Again, don't let the arm come in front of the face, don't let the chest come towards the floor, heart is open. Trying to spin the ribs and the heart up towards the sky. This is a big twist. Few breaths. And then release that right arm. Pull everything up, protect the back. Lift the head, lift the chest. Oh, that is just the best. One of my favourite postures, because I really love to open the side body. I like a twist. I want to feel the openness here. I've got a nice hip opener as well, so it's involving a lot, and for the shoulders. Right leg is going to straighten out down there and join the left. Sit up tall. Left foot is going to come in to the inside of that right thigh. Again, remember, you can take foot to the floor, keep it open a little bit. Re-lengthen. Right hand behind, lift up with that left, and fold forward. Belly, ribs, chest. Reach to the outside edge of that foot or the leg. Right arm over to the inside. Lengthen the spine, shoulders back. Bend those elbows, fold deep. Few breaths. Keep thinking length on the inhale, shoulders back. Exhale, we can go a little bit deeper. And next inhale, pull in the belly, lift the head, lift the chest, lift those arms, release the hands. So I'm just going to spin round so that I haven't got my back to you, but you're going to stay exactly where you are. Right leg is straight down the centre of the mat there. So I've just spun around so that I'm going to be facing you. So right leg stays straight down the mat, foot is flexed, and we're going to start to open up this left knee. Remember, you can go back to that other variation that we did with the foot on the floor, take hold of the opposite arm and reach over this way, okay? If your knees don't like to be in this position. Okay, we're going to take that twist first towards that left leg. Remember, this is a twist. If you don't take this twist first, what happens just starts to come towards the floor. So take this twist. And of your left shin or your right hand, if your knees are in the position mine are, hand or right hand comes onto your right leg. Keep twisting to your left, look to your left, lift that left arm up and start to fold to the right. Both hip bones stay down, so you don't want to let that left hip bone, the sit bone, lift up. Stop, breathe, pause. Maybe you can come a little bit deeper. Yoga friend of mine calls the situation we're in at the moment with our lockdown and isolation and things, she's been, and I think that's lovely. I mean, lockdown and isolation, they sound like really negative things, don't they? But the big pause just sounds like that pause in your breath, just that wait before something else happens. I think it's a really nice way to describe this situation we've been in. Are you still breathing? Don't pause too long in your breath. Next inhale, lift it up, pull in the belly, come all the way up. Bring in this right knee, bring in the left. Knees are bent. Let's roll down onto the back. Bring those knees into the chest and have a little rock side to side. Just feel the back into the floor. back of the hips. Okay. Take those arms out to the side, shoulder height, palms are down, and let both knees drop to the right. Now if your knees don't touch the floor, remember you've got a cushion or a block or something to put under your knees, please do so. I'm going to use one today because of this uneven floor. That feels really comfortable. The higher you take your knees towards your right arm, the higher up the spine you're going to get your twist. If it feels good on the neck, you can look over to the left side. And nice and slow, bring it back center. It's a good job we've got traffic noise now, isn't it? In case I go too quiet and you think I've disappeared or we've crashed and frozen. Bring those knees over to the left. Again, keeping them as high as you can. Right shoulder blade staying on the floor, so you don't want to lift that shoulder, otherwise you will lose your twist. So it's not important that your knees touch the floor, but it is important that your shoulder stays on the floor. Your knees will get there eventually as the body opens a little bit more. Maybe not today, maybe not next week. But keep that right shoulder down and then you get your twist. Taking a little look over that right shoulder towards the hand, if it feels okay on the neck. And bringing the belly up. Bring the knees back to center. Hug them in. Bring the feet to the floor, drop them wide as the mat. Knees stay bent. I'm just going to windscreen wipe with those knees, so let them drop right side and left side and right side and left side. That's windscreen wiper makes me think I really need to start my car. I don't think I've started my engine for about 4 or 5 weeks now. Both knees drop to the right. Let's leave them there. Little open in that front of that right hip, so you might feel anything. Different twists. The last twist went higher up the spine. This is quite, feel it more. Okay, this connective piece of tissue, your lower back down to your lower leg. Bring the knees back center and over to the left. And bring them back center. Let your knees drop in together. Legs are supported. You can bring the back of the hands down to the floor and take a few minutes for your Shavasana, your relaxation. So this time should be spent just to work through your body, making sure everything's relaxed, all those muscles are eased out, no tension anywhere, and noticing as you move through the body the places where you've created some space. Notice how the energy is flowing. Noticing the beats of your heart, the sound of your breath. Feel free to stay there in your Shavasana for as long as you want to. If you're going to finish with me now, just gently rolling over onto one side and pushing yourself back up to seated. Let's take the hands behind the back. Take hold of one wrist of the opposite hand. Let the head and chest bow down towards the floor. Take a moment for your gratitudes. First and foremost to yourself, to your yoga practice, to someone or something in your life that's made you smile these last few days. A few blinks to open the eyes, lift the head, lift the chest, release the hands, palms together. Oh, bless you, Amanda. The second part, yay. Just to remind you, no class tomorrow. So Wednesday, from now, there will be no yoga on Wednesdays. I am toying with the idea of having small groups. Now we can get together in groups of 10. I'm toying with the idea of having a small group of 5 for an evening yin class here at my house. So we've got plenty of space around by the pool. We can keep some good distance. And I was speaking to the lovely guys up at the hotel yesterday who are quite happy for us to start our classes there again outside, plenty of distance between us. But that is not going to be this week. It may be next week, but I shall let you know. So, stay happy, stay healthy, have a wonderful day. I'll see you Thursday. Namaste. Thank you.